That's the time for Joe News Interactive, and Aisha is here on the International Day of the Girl Child.
Of course, it's so.
My heroine for the day
You
is
know.
Hannah Jemai.
Oh, she's so sweet.
Yeah.
I've been admiring her from afar.
Yeah.
And I think that all of you girls at home, you're admiring her too. And you know, we just have to keep on burning the fire. But I want to find out from you, because I've been expecting some response from, you know, the other side. And because yesterday
the response came in, it was brief. He says he doesn't need the advice.
He doesn't need the advice.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's continue our jogging. And it's on facebook.com/joynews on TV. On Twitter, it's at Joynews on TV. And on WhatsApp, the number is on your screen. Let's start with today, which marks International Day of the Girl Child. And as we mark the day, we've been expressing worry over the increasing number of sexual abuse cases being recorded in our various schools in recent times. The Jusiman sex scandal, the recent Obuasi rape are just but a few of the cases in which teachers have been caught sexually abusing their pupils or students. What, in your opinion, is accounting for this, and how can this situation be reversed?
The way we dress, the way we expose ourselves in public. You know, sometimes people do show their bodies, and you know, for men, whatever they see, they're attracted to it. And we ladies, whatever we hear, we follow up. Dressing the right way, know how you talk to someone, how you touch the person, like.
I think the media has a major role. The type of videos shown on TV of late. And then when it comes to parental control, I think parents have a very big role to play, which they are not playing. What do I mean by what I'm saying? There are parents who wake up very early and then they go to work. They don't even know where their children are, who they are playing with, and what they are watching on TV. And, if the TV would take a very critical look at that, I think there are TV contents that are not meant for those kids.
Sometimes it depends on the girls, how they dress. Some expose themselves when going out, so that can also bring sexual abuse too. And you have to talk to the girls. Sometimes when they dress, they shouldn't expose themselves and those kind of things.
Maybe the dress and the change of our culture. So mostly maybe the men take advantage of the ladies or the child because of the dress and how the way he was brought out. Previously, our parents and the way they dress is different from the way we dress now. Girls don't used to wear trousers like the way we dress now. We don't used to see a lady's thigh back then, no. So that's the cause. So if they address it, I think it will be solved.
All right, those are some comments from the streets. A lot more of your comments are on Facebook. Let's check them out.
So Walanyo Akwetia says, will the girls also stop demanding, asking and begging things from men? Sometimes let's not blame the girls, but the parents are also another. When it is alarmed, then they pretend to act as if they are innocent. When they see their children using iPhone and latest Samsung phones, do they even bother to confront them about the source? And as Gade says, I believe the abuses speak to morality of some teachers. Some claim the teachers are provoked by the female students, culminating in the abuses we see, but I say they ought to know better. How they are able to exercise good judgment baffles me. Again, the legal age for consensual sex is stipulated by the Children's Act 1998, Act 560, must be looked at. Going forward, there should be a shortcode that students could text whenever they're abused by their teachers. I don't like they investigating themselves. Cases of sexual abuse should be investigated by an independent committee. Kwesi Boateng says it's not all the time that teachers harass students, but there are numerous situations that female students put the fidelity of men to test. Some of us who attended mixed schools can attest to this fact. In as much as we accuse and punish teachers for wrongdoing, parents and school authorities should take a cursory look at what female women wear to school and how they react towards teachers.
And Sharif Suleiman says the miniskirts worn by girls as uniforms, which exposes their seductive bodies like striptease, coupled with their questionable questionably close relationship with the teachers remain the causative agent of the menace. Check their dress code and restrict their closeness with the teachers, and results shall be realized. James Abusanga says the girls are not behaving like girls but are behaving like grown-ups through their interaction with the opposite sex, dressing, and their holistic approach to things. And Pantia Phillips says, I think the teachers in the sentence pulls the whole shoe. Okay, I don't quite get what you're saying. And on WhatsApp, Patrick from Bator says, I think we should advise the teachers about such behavior in our various secondary schools. And this one, he says the teachers are not Christians. Let me see this one, Senegal. Okay, he says, good evening, Joy News, please. Okay, so he's talking about something else. And this one from Zex Charles from Hoho, he says the girls are contributing to the sex abuse by going too close to these wicked men and want special treatment. All your colleagues are studying in classroom, but you want office. Okay, so I think you need to get the understand the story. This one says, sometimes the way the ladies dress attracts the men. And this one from Foster from Ho, he says the girls should dress modestly always in order to prevent men who do not respect themselves from assaulting them sexually. All right, and as we celebrate the girl child, we throw light on a Ugandan Oxford student who at age 32 could not bear anymore the pressure from family and friends to get married and settle down. So she chose to marry herself. Lulu Jibaima was apparently being reminded constantly of age not being on her side, and she decided to put matters to rest. So she bought the ring, wedding gown, had the ceremony with friends, but there was no groom. All right, so what's your take on unnecessary pressure from your family to get married?
It's everyone's life. Everyone owns their life. So the person has to make the necessary arrangements, to make the necessary preparations. You know, marriage is a lifetime journey, and you just can't, family can't just pressure anyone into marriage. So it depends on the individual, both the male and the female. They both have to, prepare themselves, date for some time, and when they think the time is right, they can go ahead and marry. You are supposed to, stand your ground and then make sure when you are really prepared, that's when you are supposed to get married. You can't allow family, the family will not help you when there are problems. At the end of the day, it's your marriage. So I don't think you should allow family pressure to have any impact in your decision to marry.
The society is involved too. And when I get married, this, that, but I think it's my choice. You get it, and I should marry whom I love because I'm going to stay with the person for, let's say, eternity. So I don't think that pressure goes well with me, no. If I'm ready, I'll marry. I'm just waiting for the Mr. Right.
So they should stop what?
You can't tell me, okay, I decide to listen. So I'll decide to listen to what you are telling me. I can decide not to listen to you.
All right, so
yeah, it's a choice because you can't force someone to get married. But when you do that, you are trying to push the person into a tight corner. So for marriage, it's a choice that the person has to take a bold decision because you see our no quite into Uremwa, I say or courtesan Uremwa is very hard to get out. So the person has to actually make a bold decision before you can't force the person. Because when you force the person there, then you are trying to let the person to commit certain things that he or she is not ready to do.
All right, let's check out your comments on Facebook.
All right, so Barry Jeremiah says, she took a fantastic decision to send a clear message to society that individual interest is paramount and should be respected as such. Marriage is a lifetime affair and should be left with individuals to settle with it whenever they think fit. Even though parents and society have a role to play in the upbringing of individuals, but their private matters should be left to them to decide. Sheriff Suleiman says, marriage, although tied with religious perfection, should not be taken simply. The right to proper choice of a partner is gravely abused with unnecessary pressure as that could lure one to marrying the wrong choice. There can be a reminder, but no pressure. And then Walanyo Kutia says, that's all Africans like. That's all. Africans like that too much. Putting unnecessary pressure on people my sister, you do, or Kwesi Boateng Epa says, for me, I don't see how society or my parents' constant reminder of my marriage should be pressure. Parents want the best for their child, so if you consider such reminder as pressure and you take a hasty decision in life, remember, your parents will not be available when the negative effect is screwing you.
And on WhatsApp, Nuruddin says ladies must not be forced to marry people they don't love. And this one, Mohammed says sometimes marriage becomes compulsory. Really? Is marriage compulsory? And Isaac Akolga Agari from WA says, what you should understand is that your family is not the one to stay with your partner, but you alone. So never let family pressure you into marriage. And Michael from New Ibrahim says, when your family pressure you, that's all your mates are married, so you should also get married. Ask them why don't they compare you to your mates who are dead. All right. So, and this one says a primitive way of pushing others to think like any other people in the same direction, especially when you're above 30 miles. And this one says marriage is for adults. Okay, so what's your point? Let's see this one. He says, sometimes society influences people to get married. Let's look at this one. And Agbeko comes in to say, marriage depends on the individual and not the family. That's how we end the interactive segments. My name is Aisha Ibrahim.